Hello and welcome back to Studio Kaiju RC Review. Today we are looking at a mini drone that doesn't seem to have a model number, and it's available from two companies, and it's kind of cool looking. Looks like a little bit of a spider. That's what I think of. So let's take a look at this, and we'll be right back after these opening credits.
This series presents information based in part on theory and conjecture. The producer's purpose is to suggest some possible explanations, but not necessarily the only ones, to the mysteries we will examine.
Okay, thank you for watching, and I'm Joe. I'm your host at Studio Kaiju RC Review, and we are going to look today at a tiny little quadcopter. It's only like about 4.5 inches roughly. It is, without further ado, this little guy here. Look at that. That's a camera. That is actually not even a bad camera. It's a nice little camera. And interesting thing about this guy is, first off, it's a little bit of a different design. I kind of like it when it's flying. It looks like it's a flying spider. That's really kind of cool. But also, it's easy to control. I haven't tried it outside yet because the weather's been a little bit inclement, but I imagine it would do okay with days with not too much breeze. Today, unfortunately, is rainy out, so that's not going to help that too much. But it does fly very nicely indoors, and it's fun to play with. The video is decent. Let's get right to that. The video quality is a pretty respectable, especially for something like this, 1280 by 720. Now, unfortunately, they advertise it as 1080p video. It is not. It's 1280 by 720, which classifies it as 720p. And that's the video after it's streamed to your phone while it's flying, because there is no slot for a micro SD card on here, so that's the only way to get the video. It may natively record at a higher rate, 1920 by 1080, which would be the 1080p. But since that video is not able to be pulled off of here, doesn't much matter. It's the final video is what's important. That 1280 by 720 clocks in at a ghoulishly slow 720 kilobits per second, which is not a lot, and you'll see that in the video. But for a little guy like this, it's actually pretty respectable. I'm actually pretty happy with it, because it does work at 30 frames per second, or fields per second, which is the correct for video. So there's that. Now, it comes with two orange, I don't know why orange, but it does kind of look nice, two orange batteries. They are 3.7 volt, 600 milliamp hours, excuse me. And I clocked it yesterday at, starting from a fully charged battery, it hovered for 7 minutes, pretty much exactly. Then I started getting a strong beeping, and at 7 minutes and 41 seconds, the drone force landed itself. So that's actually pretty good, because I don't believe you're expecting to get that much flight time out of these. Battery slots right into the back here, as most drone batteries will, but because it's got the contrasting color, you can see the orange inside there. See that? Isn't that kind of nice looking? I like that. I like the design of this, just because it's not the same old. One of the things about flying drones is almost every single drone is the same X shape, and a little bit of variance just to make things more fun helps a great deal. With the drone, you also get a controller, and this is your controller. Takes 3 AAA batteries, not included. Opens up, phone fits in there nicely, does a good job. There's your power button. These are trim buttons. These buttons here are multi-function in some cases. Like for instance, the landing button is is both an emergency landing and an emergency stop. There's a calibration button. I don't remember what this button does. Up top side, you have speed, and you have a 360 flip. Again, I'd never understood why people go, oh boy, it's got 360 flip. I don't use it. I've never seen anyone want to use a 360 flip. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Okay, no, actually, that's not true. I do know I am weird. But this does not, this 360 flip does not identify this thing. The thing that identifies it is, how cool is that little shape while it's flying? So, oh, by the way, yes, you do get a case, and the case is even small and kind of cool too, and has the nice foam, like a lot of them do, but in this case, it's a very nice foam case. You get instruction booklet that is multi-language, really, really full. The first 7 pages are in English, then you go into other languages, but it's a nice big book. Doesn't give you a model number. And why is that interesting? Is because WeFone, now this one's from a company called Waktuk, W-A-K-T-U-K. WeFone also sells a shockingly similar version of this. In fact, to be honest, I can't find a difference. That is also without a model number. You'd think one of these companies would be going, we should probably call it something. But whatever. So at least you have a choice then between companies. If you like WeFone, buy it from WeFone. If you like Waktuk, buy it from Waktuk. Right now, they're both vying for pricing because of the holidays, around $35 to $40. That will fluctuate after the holidays. So if you go looking for this in January, February, March, expect it probably be up in the 50, 55 range. So the instruction manual is pretty easy to read. Good graphics in there. Show you there. So nice, well illustrated. Very helpful. You get a charging cable because you've got to have batteries. Your batteries have to be rechargeable. So, and this is a micro USB. So that's good. You get on the remote control this piece of cardboard, and the part in English reads, before takeoff, shake the left side of the bar at the lower left corner and the right side of the bar at the lower right corner to connect the gyroscope, and a drop indicates that the correction is complete. What does that mean? It's very simple. It means before you fly it, to get it to calibrate, go like that, down into the corners. And that will calibrate the drone for you so that it doesn't fly or when you want it to just go. And it will do. And it hangs pretty nicely. Like I say, I hovered it for 7 minutes in the office yesterday, and it pretty much stayed within an area of about like this. I would say it did not really wander very much. I was very happy with that. You also get an app operating guide sheet that gives you your QR codes for downloading the right app, and you get a second charging card. No, I'm sorry, you get the charging card. This card is a cable. This cable is actually mine from something else. So you get the same cable, but in here, you get a small screwdriver, and you get propeller guards so that if you don't want to hit the propellers against the wall, always a good idea not to. You can use that, and this is very good for flying indoors. So that's a very handy thing to have. So that's the contents. The flight so far has been fun. Not anything untoward or unusual that I've seen, but the flight is actually pretty interesting. Let's see if I can. I'm going to try doing just a brief flight right here in front of you. So you turn it on with a quick press of the button. You get a little blue light there. That's the only LED that's on this thing. So I wouldn't recommend this for distance. I'm not going to bother putting the phone on because honestly, I'm recording with my phone. So that's not going to help. Going to open this up to power up. So, all right. So Let's, excuse me there. All right, now calibration. Did you see that? See how that was flashing? Now it's done. It's calibrated. So let's push this back and see if we can get some flight going. It's a small office I'm in right now, so I apologize. Small offices are always a little harder for the drones to work with, but you know, they're always harder to fly in because there's a tremendous amount of push down. These are brushed motors. Did I mention that? I don't think I did. These are brushed motors too, so they're very quiet for brushed motors. I was actually quite happy about that. But yeah, flying in a smaller room, you get a lot of backwash from the downward force of the blades, and that means that while it's trying to stay stable this way, and it does have, by the way, it has this camera down here. That's for optical flow positioning. But so it's trying to do the optical flow positioning, but the backwash off of things like I've got a couple boxes over here and so forth, and uneven number of things over here, and myself, and the backwash of that power of the wind destabilizes it in a smaller room. In a medium-sized room with nothing around it, it should fly perfectly fine, as it did yesterday for me in a slightly bigger office. It's a really fun little plane, drone, and if you're looking for something like that as a holiday present, as I said, the prices are down now. Now's a good time to go for it. You can get it from Waktuk or you get it from WeFone, both available on Amazon. And I think that you will find that whoever you got it for will be amused and enjoy it. The video quality, which I'm going to show, I've been showing while I've been talking, hopefully. If not, it's going to be coming up next. I don't remember because I'm doing this and then I'm going to put the video in. The video quality is not something great to write home about, but then again, for a little guy like this, it's actually pretty decent. The fact that it has that kind of capacity, I've seen a lot worse. So yes, it's a fun little guy. It just really that's its claim to fame. It's a fun little guy. Does that make sense? All right. Hey, listen, we've got more stuff coming up for you in the near future. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and notifications too. You want to get notified whenever I have a new video, because there's nothing more important in your life than watching me jabber on about something you don't have. I'm really bad at this. Hey, this is Joe, Studio Kaiju RC Review. Be awesome.